Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing indeed. Folks, today's January 6th. Kind of, I guess, a sort of important day. Kind of, I guess, because in the off chance, everybody who's watching, to my colleagues in Indie News, INN, to my colleagues at RBN, Revolutionary Blackout Network, to my colleagues in Due Dissidence, shout out to Keaton and Russell, shout out to Sabs, JB Font, if you're listening, much love to you. You know what? Shout out to even my libertarian colleagues, all right, and my conservative colleagues. Shout out to Jimmy Dore, Chicago's very own. Because I gotta tell you, I never seen anything this funny. Today is January 6th, and Kamala Harris has the arduous task of overseeing to certifying her election loss to Donald Trump today. If there ever was an oof today.
Oof. 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 Oof.
I'm having too much fun. So, folks, listen, you don't have to believe me because I had somebody private message me this just before I did the show. So it's not in the show notes. But I got to tell you, when my audience is beautiful, but so brutal at the same time. I don't know where you guys and gals learned this from, but it certainly wasn't from Hard Lens Media.
Hi, guys. Good morning. The certification of electoral votes today is expected to look a lot different than it did 4 years ago. Despite the fencing surrounding the Capitol complex, security officials aren't anticipating rallies or violence. Vice President Kamala Harris will oversee the count, certifying the victory of President-elect Trump, whom she's called an existential threat. It's not the first time a vice president has had to preside over his own defeat. Former Vice President Al Gore did the same in 2001, sealing his loss to former President George W. Bush. So today's exercise should be relatively routine, wrapped up in about an hour or so.
And Maddie, just one point of clarification. Washington, D.C. is closed. The federal government is closed. Schools are out. House leadership, I understand, though, told Republicans, stay in town over the weekend.
Stay in town or else. Can you imagine being Kamala Harris right now? Oh, man, it's got to be salt in the wound right there.
Because it's going to snow. Democrats left town, but the Republicans are still confident they've got enough people to actually get this done.
Yeah, it just highlights the need to just get this done quickly, especially after the potential delay that could have happened with Speaker Mike Johnson, whether or not he would get confirmed or rather get appointed for a second term. So, Republicans, they just want to get this done as quickly as possible so that there's no delay regarding President-elect Trump's certification of victory.
Oh, my goodness. And look, here's the thing. This is absolute hilarity, all right? Because so many Democrats, so many people in corporate media were saying that, oh, Kamala's got this in the bag. I remember that entire convention, okay? I remember how people were saying that Trump was going to lose and that Kamala was going to win. But my goodness, Harris has certified Trump's election win 4 years after the Capitol riot. Vice President Kamala Harris will on Monday preside over the official certification in Congress of the result of November's presidential election, a contest that she lost to Donald Trump. The date also marks the 4th anniversary of a riot at the U.S. Capitol when Trump supporters tried to thwart the certification of Democrat President Joe Biden's election victory in 2020. Normally, the occasion is a mere formality. Heavy security is in place in Washington, D.C. I swear to God, if they start turning January 6th into this somber event, I'm going to throw. You know what? It doesn't even matter. I'm getting so old now. I get angry and then I calm down. Like, what's the point? And Biden has vowed there will be no repeat of the violence of January 6, 2021, which led to several deaths. As lawmakers meet in Washington, D.C., heavy snow forecast for the American capital could prove disruptive. No, it's not going to happen. House Speaker Mike Johnson has vowed to go ahead with certification at 1300, or again, at 1 p.m. Eastern, in spite of the weather, telling Fox News whether we're in a blizzard or not, we're going to be in that chamber making sure this is done. Democrats, where are you at? As the current vice president, Harris is required by the U.S. Constitution to officially preside over the certification of the result after Trump beat her in a nationwide poll on the 5th of November, which, again, everyone in my live stream that we covered on November 5th was saying the same thing over and over and over again, that Trump was going to win, Kamala's going to lose. But whatever. Nonetheless, it's okay. It's okay. We move on.org. How does that sound? Trump's second term will begin after he's inaugurated on January 20th. For the first time since 2017, the president's party will also enjoy majorities in both chambers of the Congress. So there we go. Trump's win marked a stunning political comeback from his electoral defeat in 2020 and a criminal conviction in 2024, all of which was a waste of time. That legal lawfare, I mean, my goodness, I'm surprised the man is still together. But then again, he's been to court so many times, it's water off a duck's back. A first for a current or former U.S. president. Amid the dramatic recent presidential campaign, Trump also survived a bullet grazing his ear when a gunman opened fire at one of his rallies in Pennsylvania. While away from the White House, he has faced a slew of legal cases against him, including his attempts to overturn the 2020 result, which is happening in Georgia, but I don't think that's going to be happening. I don't think there's going to be a case in Georgia after it was handled so terribly. I did give that warning. I said, you better hope this DA is squeaky clean. You better hope there's no skeletons in the closet, because otherwise, up the wazoo. Following his defeat that year, Trump and his allies made baseless allegations of widespread voter fraud, claiming the election had been stolen from them. In a speech in Washington, D.C. on the certification day, January 6, 2021, Trump told the crowd to fight like hell, but also asked them to peacefully make their voices heard. He also attempted to pressure his own Vice President Mike Pence to reject the election result, a call that Pence rejected. Rioters went on to smash through the barricades and ransack the Capitol building. Not true, BBC, because there were some instances in which the doors were open, and they said, come on in, fellas. After all, I did interview the QN Shaman guy, so there you go. I mean, he was on our show. Check out that interview. In fact, I'm going to clip that interview and put it in the comment section below so you guys can check it out. Conversely, Biden has called on Americans to never forget what happened. We must remember the wisdom of the adage that any nation that forgets its past is doomed to repeat it. And Biden, you are one to talk about remembering things because apparently it's been abundantly clear during these 4 years, your brain wasn't there at all. For Trump's Republican Party, the new Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, has signaled a desire to move on, telling the BBC's U.S. partner, CBS News, you can't be looking in the rearview mirror. Hey, Obama said that. Look forward, not backwards. So, what can we take away from this? First of all, if you're Kamala Harris right now, oh my goodness, you got to be breathing in, you got to be breathing out, like, oh God, I got to do this. Oh no, I have to do this. Oh my goodness, I have to do this. You have to certify the guy that in which corporate media was saying you were going to beat him. You had the Democrat, $2.5 billion was wasted on the Democrats, okay? I mean, you got Bernie Sanders, this nutless wonder out there, calling out Trump and Elon, which I get it. Okay, fine. Yeah, call them out. But hey, Bernie, you don't realize that there were billionaires spending billions of dollars. B was $1 billion on Kamala Harris's campaign. 2.5 billion lost down the toilet. I mean, all of that, and still being $20 million in debt. And then on top of that, the entire campaign was an absolute joke. Corporate media lost all of its credibility. I mean, that's why CNN and MSNBC are hemorrhaging viewers, which is funny to me. It's funny. It's funny because it's funny. But now you have this whole entire situation of the fact that she has to certify it on January 6th of all days. Could you imagine if the roles were reversed, how hyped this story would be? Yes, Kamala's the VP, and now she's certifying her victory over Trump. Oh man, I could see the amount of liberals like foaming at the mouth, like yes, yes, we want to see this. Yes, I could see them doing that. What world are we living in now? I mean, my goodness, this was not on my bingo card. I mean, already 2025, literally starting off with a bang, with madness and insanity, and now we got Trudeau resigning and Trump being certified on the same day. Folks, it's only January 6th or 6 days in. Okay? That means we have 359 more days of madness. Buckle your seatbelts, okay? Let's buckle up, people. We're going for a ride. So stay tuned with Hard Lens Media.